Hello, and once again, thanks for tuning in. I'm Holly Shields, welcoming you all to another edition of Kalkine TV's Executive Corner Expert Talks. Today, we'll be exploring one company that's solving the challenges of blockchain development. Zeev is trusted by thousands of blockchain startups, enterprises, and Web3 developers to deploy, scale, monitor, and manage their decentralized applications. And joining us today to share their insights is co-founder and CEO Dr. Ravi Chamriya. Welcome to the show, Dr. Ravi. It's great to have you with us.
Yeah, thanks. And I'm excited as well.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Now, first and foremost, our viewers would love to know how you help DevOps teams ease their operational security and performance challenges while deploying and managing blockchain nodes and networks.
So Zeev is an enterprise-grade platform that provides 100% automation for all the DevOps processes. So starting from deploying, monitoring, and managing the blockchain nodes and networks. And in addition to that, we have also done tighter integration with all the different DevOps toolset, whether it be CI/CD automation or integration with Git repositories, etc. So we help the DevOps team to automate the whole operations. And on the security and performance side, we have done standardized deployments so that they don't need to figure out how to manage the security and privacy in the decentralized networks. So what happens as compared to Web 2, in the case of Web 3, for example, let's say a bank is launching something, then some of the nodes on the network will be outside the banks. Now today, banks are not able to figure out how to manage compliances and security when some of the nodes are outside their network. Traditionally, they have been used to having all the data, everything within their own private data center or on-premise. So that is where Zeev comes in. We have benchmarked, we have done compliances, we have a lot of banking customers and some of the other critical industries like telecoms.
Right, it's really important, I feel, that you're able to step in there and help them make that transition. Obviously, new systems and a lot of different programs and things to change over to in that transition to Web3 technology. So it's really important that you are able to do that, and I think save them some time and effort along the way, which is excellent. Now, could you please take us through your innovative approach to enterprise blockchain adoption?
Yep. So one, we have re-architected the whole Web3 infrastructure, how it is going to be managed. So one, the whole idea or the whole premise is that the DevOps team or DevOps engineers, they are used to, there is a defined way how they manage the infrastructure. So there is a clear expectation as to what is expected of an infrastructure. On the enterprise side, whether it be performance, throughput, reliability, availability, etc. So what we have tried to do with the Web3, which is comparatively much more complex than the Web2 infrastructure, we have tried to make it as easy as possible for the DevOps. So for example, let's say one of our clients has launched a large consortium, a supply chain consortium where different organizations, suppliers, vendors, partners, etc. would be joining in. And there would be a lot of organization outside the main organization who would be joining the network. Now, how to onboard these different players who have different affiliations to different cloud providers, different cloud infrastructure. So we have made the whole onboarding to a consortium as easy as inviting friends on Facebook. In addition to that, one of the major thing is proactive monitoring. So once the network has been deployed, how to monitor and manage such a large complex system where different nodes are running on different cloud environments. Some of the nodes are running on-premise. So there is a clear need of proactive monitoring. So we have created a proactive monitoring dashboard, which basically gives more control to the enterprises, which they are used to. And we are also coming up with self-healing nodes. So most of the challenges or most of the issues that crop up in the running network will be automatically dealt in by the platform itself.
That's incredible, just that concept as well, and it's great that you are giving them that control that they are used to, as you mentioned. But it sounds like there's a lot of innovation coming in from your end, so great to hear and great to see as well. Now, in your opinion, which industry would you say is transforming the most with the help of blockchain technology?
I would approach this in two ways. So one is innovations happening in the industry, like banking and financial services, media and telecom. I would say are two major industries where most of the blockchain innovation is happening. But there are some use cases which are like across industries. So if we talk about digital credentials and identities, this again has touched upon whether it be education domain, whether it be healthcare, whether it be telecom, and various other where digital credentializing and digital identities or self-sovereign identities are picking up very well. The second use case is tokenization of assets. So if you see asset tokenization, we ourselves have customers ranging from working on real estate tokenization to carbon credits to bonds to different commodities like gold and so on and so forth. And then securities, equity tokenization. So these two use cases are across industries which are disrupting quite a few industries.
Right, I can imagine that's the case, and we can obviously see that, I think, in real time. A lot of disruption there in industries, but yes, mostly fintech, as you just touched on. But it's great
That's
to
right.
see overall. Now, I'd love to know if you could please shed some light for us on your objectives for Zeev for the upcoming and the rest of 2022. What can we look forward to?
So one, we have recently closed our seed round, and one of the major objectives is twofold. One, continue to build the product, make it more conducive and easy to use for both the Web3 developers as well as enterprises. Second, we are spending a lot of time and resources on building the Web3 community to propagate and evangelize the whole Web3 or blockchain ecosystem. So our target is to onboard at least 100,000 developers and blockchain startups to join our Z Web3 community. We want to have more interactions, more engagements via hackathons, webinars, and so on and so forth. Second objective is to take our revenue at least 4x year on year this year, and then expand to US, Canada, and Australian markets. We already have a lot of clients from these markets, but we want to establish local presence, serve the enterprise customers more closely, and working with them more closely. And last but not the least is we are working on a complete decentralized node infrastructure. So as we see in the Web3 space, quite a few infrastructure is still managed by node providers. And it brings in some kind of centralization to the whole decentralized world. And we want to change that. We want to make the whole management or control of the node infrastructure to be completely decentralized, even outside the control of us, so that people feel more secured and data privacy, etc., can be managed in a much better way. So that is, I think, the target to launch by the end of this year, a complete decentralized node infrastructure protocol with next generation privacy and security.
That's very exciting stuff. It sounds like a revolutionary technology there. So you've got some amazing projects and events and expansions on the horizon that we will definitely keep an eye on. But with that said, thanks very much for making time for us today. It's been really great to have you here on Executive Corner Expert Talks.
No, thanks to you, and thanks to Calcine TV for this opportunity. And we definitely are very excited. The way we see is Web3 is going to change the way how we experience internet. Thank you.
Absolutely. Could not agree with you more. Thanks very much for your time. That was Dr. Ravi Chamria, the co-founder and CEO of Zeev, if you've just joined us. And if you missed any part of that chat, you can catch the full interview on our YouTube channel at Calcine Media. Thanks very much for your time, viewers. I'm Holly Shields, reminding you to stay apprised and invest wise with Calcine.